So to celebrate Taylor Swift repurchasing or getting her masters back from Shamrock Capital, I am going to, for the first time in my life, listen to the full album of Fearless, the original version. Now, I do want to put a few disclaimers here. You might disagree, thinking, oh, how can he be a Swiftie if he's never listened to the Fearless original version? But I grew up outside of the US in a very small city with about 18 people. We didn't listen to albums, we didn't have phones, we didn't have radio as much. And, Taylor Swift, American country artist, was not really played as often as you might think. But I vividly remember at the age of 10 looking up on YouTube in the library the You Belong With Me video and listening to it over and over again and just being so mesmerized by that video. It's the only song I listened to. I also listened to Love Story because those songs were international hits, but that was about it. Same story with Speak Now, same story with Red. I saw her videos on YouTube, but I couldn't buy the albums. I was poor. I to it. And it wasn't up until 1989 when I would go on YouTube and actually listen to the album tracks. So I remember Clean very specifically being a song that I would play on repeat, as well as Bad Blood before the remix with Kendrick Lamar. And Reputation, I was just about to go to college in the United States. I vividly remember that August when Look What You Made Me Do was released, and it was on Spotify for the first time. And Reputation was the first album. I'd always loved her, but Reputation was like the album that made me love Taylor Swift and the craft that she was making with albums. And it made me understand her a lot more. I was one of those people that didn't know all too well. Because I didn't have access to the album. But the reason I'm telling the story, and it's because there were bad news that happened this weekend, and I have to get it off my chest because it's so frustrating. So I just told you a story about how Reputation was the maker of me being a Swiftie. And as you might have assumed, I have been clowning for Reputation or Rep Taylor's version for literally years. I still remember going to my Eras Tour show in 2023, March 2023, telling my boyfriend, oh my God, Reputation is going to be here soon, and things like that. I've been clowning for years. And I've been clowning every single day until May 26th, 2025, after the AMAs. I was sitting in my bed. I was having all the clown makeup on. I was recording my reaction in case something was going to happen. And of course, she didn't even show up. And my boyfriend, who's a nonchalant, not really getting any pop culture until like months later kind of person, was like, oh, she's not going to show up. She's in Florida. He didn't even care. Doesn't matter. After that day, I swore to myself, I'm going to let it go. When it happens, it'll happen. I deleted Mastermind, I deleted Twitter, I deleted TikTok, I deleted all the social medias and all the notifications. I just let it go. So tell me why. On May 30th, I get a screenshot from my boyfriend with the notification from Mastermind saying, Taylor Swift has bought her masters back. And that's how I find out. From my boyfriend who doesn't receive news from months, but he got it before me because he signed up to Mastermind because I forced him to. I am upset, and it's okay. I am just genuinely happy for Taylor. I think that I knew it would always happen. Karma has a way of always finding a way to bring Taylor to the summit. I didn't think it was going to happen this quick. I definitely think the Eras Tour was a good component for it. And it makes me excited because now I can actually listen to the original versions without the ethical dilemmas that exist. I've never listened to it even before, just because Fearless Taylor's version was there. So I'm really excited to go into today. I thought I wanted to make it a little bit fun, cheering up. So I wanted to do essentially a Taylor's version versus an original. So I'm going to listen to the original and I'm going to essentially determine my opinion, whether I think I prefer Taylor's version or the original, or if I genuinely like both. Keep in mind, this is my opinion. So if you disagree, let me know. I think it was just a way to make it a little bit more interactive. So without further ado, so the first song is the title track, or not the title track, the album track, called Fearless. I have to blast this. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, I'm so excited. There's something about the way the street looks. Already, she sounds so young. And I'll be honest, Fearless Taylor's version is probably my least played of the four of them, simply because I don't relate to a lot of the songs, I think. But I'm still excited. Oh. Also, I'm gonna try not to sing because when I sing, this microphone picks it up. And guys, I have a horrible voice, so I'll sing without making noises. I'll try. Right there in the middle of the parking lot. Yeah. Oh, that sounds so different. Not to get caught up now, but you're just so cool. Run your hands through your hair, absent-mindedly making me want you. I bet with you I'd dance in a storm in my best dress, fearless. Dare I say, one of the best openers. Like, it immediately take me into the world of Fearless. And what's different to me about this version and Taylor's version is that this one is in the moment, is a young girl. In Taylor's version, it feels a little reminiscent, right? She has an older voice, more matured. She obviously is not in that headspace anymore. Oh. You put your eyes on me. Oh. Is that growl in the Taylor's version? Like, right here. The country train, y'all. Right here. See, you put your eyes on me in this moment now. Capture it, remember it. 'Cause I don't know how to oh, the guitar. Oh, I love this part. This part to me is better than the Taylor's version. Oh, how's the bridge? See, like, my favorite intro is Ready for It. But this one makes me feel so good, y'all. Oh. Oh, guitar. Shut. Oh my god. I'll also say this, the Fearless set on the Eras tour to me was perfect. So I just listened to Fearless like 30 minutes ago. My mic crashed and my camera stopped working. So I kind of forgot it, but I remember thinking to myself that I actually prefer the original. And I think that is simply more because of the fact that it feels like she's actually talking from that point in time. Whereas, as I mentioned, I think the Taylor's version seems a little nostalgic. And that guitar in the bridge, maybe I'm like not remembering Taylor's version as much because I listened to this one, the most recent. But that guitar in the bridge is something that I'm enjoying. Okay, so the next song is 15. Never related to this song because I never went to high school in the US, but, you know, we'll see. I'm just finding myself swaying, right? Seen in a while, try and stay out of everybody's way. See, it has the same thing as Fearless, right? Like she's really talking about being from that point in time.
It's your fresh before. 'Cause when you're 15, somebody tells you they love you. You're gonna believe them. And then
There's just something about her voice that screams innocence, because she is innocent. But oh,
like there's nothing to figure out. But count to 10, take it in. This is life before you know who you're gonna be. At 15, somebody tells you they love you. You're gonna believe them. And when you're 15 and your first kiss makes your head spin round. But in your life, you'll do things when
oh,
all you wanted was to be wanted. Wish you could go back and tell yourself what you know now. Back then I swore I was gonna marry him someday, but I realized some bigger dreams of mine.
it's interesting. I prefer the bridge on the Taylor's version, I think, because the line, but I realized some bigger dreams of, or back then I thought I was gonna marry him someday, but I realized some bigger dreams of mine. Her being what, 32, 33 when she recorded it has so much more weight than however old she was when she recorded it. 18?
Somebody tells you they love you. You're gonna believe them. And when you're supposed to be 15.
I never made the connection between I didn't know who I was supposed to be at 15, and then in is it Better Man? No, Nothing New, when she says, "How can you know everything at 18 but nothing at 22?" Like there's that, not chronological, but there's that pattern of knowing to not knowing to not knowing to knowing to not knowing, etc. Same in Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda.
Walk through the doors.
Oh my god. Such a cute song. I think I prefer Taylor's version. Before I clicked play on this song, I was like, oh, it's probably going to be the same reasoning as Fearless as to why I would put it in the original. But this one had like a nostalgia already to it that I think became more present with Taylor's version. And I personally prefer her vocals. Okay, so the next one is Love Story. Y'all, Love Story and You Belong With Me from the original are just two songs that I spammed played when I was a kid. And I have not heard this song probably in, 10 years? 7 years. So I'm excited. I feel like this one is gonna beat the Taylor's version. Oh. Oh.
I close my eyes and the flashback starts. I'm standing there on a balcony in summer air. You were Romeo, you were throwing
I can't sing.
pears, and my
Sorry.
daddy said, "Stay away from Juliet." And I was crying on the staircase, begging you, please don't go. I'll be the princess.
It's a
love story, baby, just say yes.
Oh. Yeah, this is the one.
Escape this town for a little while.
I am so excited for the bridge. Her voice is definitely better on Taylor's version, but there's just something about this version, y'all.
Trying to tell me how to feel. This love is difficult, but it's real. Don't be afraid, we'll make it out of this mess. It's a love story, baby, just say yes. I got tired of waiting, wondering if you were ever coming.
Oh my god, y'all. Such a class. Before I make this decision, I will say this is a song that is so universally understood because of Shakespeare. And this was, I didn't speak English at the time when I heard the song, but the video and just the Romeo and Juliet, it's so universally understood that it was such an easy song for non-English speakers to get into. Um, I have to go with the original just because of the nostalgia, but I think they are actually, I'm gonna do both here because I have listened to Taylor's version so much that I can kind of see why both of them would be there. So the next song is Hey Stephen. I'm gonna tell you guys a short story here. This is probably my favorite song from Taylor Swift. No kidding. I know people call it cringe. I know it doesn't have a lot of streams. I could not give a fuck, to be honest. Like, it brings me so much joy. Like, it's just such a happy song. So, and I've only listened to Taylor's version, so I've never listened to this one before. Oh, it sounds so different. Why is she sounding kind of raspy? She's like, hey, Steven. Oh. I can't help myself. And I don't know. I don't know the backstory of this song, to be honest with you, but what I like about Taylor's version is I'm imagining someone who isn't really in love, who is not really in love with this person. And in my head, I'm always imagining like someone who's working at a diner, like an American diner. It looks like Taylor like this, right? And she's walking, and there's this, chef or cook who's called Steven, and he's just there, and they're just happy. And it's more like, hey, Steven, I think you're really cute because you're such a good guy. And it's more like nonchalant and casual. I'm probably the only one that understands the song this way. But that's what I love about it. And I'm not getting that from this one. Like, this is a love song. Oh, I love this song. Well, they're beautiful, but when they're at a song for you. Oh, I'm so happy I'm doing this. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think this would have been my favorite song had it not been Taylor's version. Still a phenomenal song. Because of that, I think it's quite evident that I'm gonna put it up here. Okay, so the next song is White Horse. Fun fact, this was my surprise song at the Eras Tour in Las Vegas in 2023. Back when we only got 2 surprise songs. And I'm wondering if this one is going to be better in the original because the hurt is more present in her voice, maybe. Yeah. Oh, wow. Like, I feel like I can imagine Taylor at the microphone being sad. Back and forth all this time, 'cause I honestly believed in you. this version makes me understand why it got a Grammy.
Maybe I was naive, got lost
And
in
hearing it
love,
live
never
changed my
really
perspective of this
had a
song.
chance. My mistake, I didn't know to be.
And fun fact, you're gonna hate me for this too. My second surprise song was Cowboy Like Me. And English is not my first language, so a song like Cowboy Like Me, I think, is very hard to comprehend. And it wasn't until post my surprise song that I really fathomed that song. I know, I'm an awful human.
Endings. Now I know
Oh,
I'm not I'm not your princess. This ain't a
Princess!
fairy
Oh, she
tale.
sounds
I'm
so
gonna
young.
find some-
Oh, what a beautiful song. Okay, I mean, to me, there's no doubt that it's the original. It's just so good. Like, it made me fathom why it got a Grammy. On the list is the Bob of the Century, You Belong With Me. To me, it won the VMA for Video of the Year. If not, it should have. And I'm really curious because in Taylor's version, she say, "I'm in my room." And I feel like she doesn't say that in the original. Does she?
You're on the phone with your girlfriend. She's upset. She's going off about something that you said. 'Cause she doesn't get your humor like I do. I'm in the room.
She is saying, "I'm in the room," but it sounds different in Taylor's version.
Typical Tuesday night. I'm t-shirt, she's cheer captain, and I'm on the bleachers dreaming about the day when you wake up and find that what you're looking for has been here the whole time. If you could see that I'm the one who understands you, been here all along, so why can't you see? You belong with me. You belong with me. I've been just thinking to myself, hey, isn't this easy? And you
Oh, this guitar!
remember you driving to my house in the middle of the night. I'm the one who makes you laugh when you know you're about to cry. I know your favorite songs and you tell me about your dreams. Think I know where you belong. Think I know it's with me. Can't you see that I'm the one who understands? All this time, how could you not know, baby?
Okay, so this one I'm actually a little bit conflicted on because I like her vocals more in Taylor's version. But the bridge and the longing in the original is so good. So funnily, I'm gonna put it in both. And you see, I think the reason it's interesting that Love Story and You Belong With Me are the two that I actually prefer both. And if I have to be honest, I think she did Love Story and You Belong With Me are much more similar than like I Knew You Were Trouble and We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. I think I prefer the originals. I have not heard the originals in a long time, but I know I prefer them. So it's interesting to see that pattern. The next song is Breathe. And again, I'm going to be absolutely honest. I think this is my least favorite off of Taylor's version. Or I just never really see me go back listening to it unless I'm like shuffling. So I'm really gonna...
I see your face
Oh.
in my mind as I drive away.
I'm already gonna prefer this one over Taylor's version.
None of us thought it was gonna end that
Oh.
way. People are people.
And it's weird because Colby Kyliat, I think is how you say her name. I remember her video Try with the music video where they all take their makeup off, and I was obsessed with that song.
Sometimes we change our minds.
Oh, her
It's
voice.
killing me to see you go after all this time. Music starts playing like the end of a sad movie. It's the kind of ending you
Oh.
really want to see.
Did I just never pay attention to it?
Cause it's tragedy and it'll only bring you simple, never easy. Never a clean break, no one here to save me. You're the only thing I know, like the back of my hand. And I can't breathe without you, but I have to breathe without you, but I have to.
Girl, it was so much sadder.
Never wanted this, I just lost a friend. Hope you know it's not easy for me.
Okay, I like the bridge more, I think, in Taylor's version.
It's 2 a.m., feeling like I just lost
Oh.
a friend. Hope you know this ain't easy. Look for a clean break, no one
Oh. See, this is what I love about Taylor's music. I have probably been... This song has been available for so long, and I never really liked it until I just heard it. Like, something about the way she was singing this song just made me change my mind. Which obviously means... that is gonna go over here to the original. So, Tell Me Why is next. I like it. I don't know. Some people that I know don't like it. I've never heard the original again, so I don't know if I'm gonna like this one, but I like Taylor's version.
I took a chance,
Oh.
took a shot, and you might think I'm bulletproof, but I'm not.
You can definitely, like, the one thing I'm noticing between this one and Taylor's version is, like, her vocal capabilities has improved so much from when she recorded this, which makes sense. She's older, she's matured, she's a hard worker.
You took a swing, I took it hard.
It's more country.
Like I don't know you. You tell me that you love me, then cut me down. And I need you like a heartbeat, but you know you got a mean streak. Makes me run for cover when you're around. And here's to you and your temper. Yes, I remember what you said last night. And I know that you see what you're doing to me. Tell me why. Oh, I'm sick and tired of your reasons. I got no one to believe in. You tell me that you want me, then push me around. And I need you like a heartbeat, but you know you got a mean streak, so you can feel whole inside.
I'm so conflicted.
Why do you have to put down my dreams? So you're the only thing on my mind. Ask me for my love, then you push me
'Cause I'm so
around.
conflicted.
Here's to you and your temper. Yes, I remember what you said last night. I told you I'm not bulletproof. Now you know.
Oh, Taylor. This one is the hardest one yet. Because I prefer Taylor's vocals on Taylor's version. But there is something about that raspy, sassy little Taylor that is like giving the song a different kind of life and fire that I'm really, really liking. And I think that towards the end when she did the yeah, that's what like nudges it over the edge to put it in original here. Okay, so the next one is You're Not Sorry, another song that I also like from Taylor's version. Have not heard it from the original. I actually don't think I've heard any of the remaining songs from the original. Oh, why does it feel sadder?
All this time I was wasting hoping you would come around. I've been giving out chances every time, and all you do is let me down.
Her voice, the
And it's
emotions.
taken me this long, baby, but I figured you out.
Also, to anyone who says that Taylor didn't know how to sing during this era and debut and like even Speak Now, Are you hearing this?
And you're thinking we'll be fine again, but this is the last straw. Don't wanna hurt anymore. And you can tell me that
I also just realized I have all the Taylor albums up there. You can't see it, but Speak Now is over there. The others are outside. I'm in a closet, by the way, so.
sorry, but I've been less to know. And now you're asking me to listen 'cause it's worked each time before. But you don't have to call anymore. I won't pick up the phone. This is the last. You're not sorry, no more.
Oh, the instrumentals, the violins. Taylor. She went through a lot in the Fearless era. All the songs were so sad. Except Hey Steven and Fearless. Oh my god, y'all. I am conflicted. I think this one has to go in both. I genuinely like both versions. Like, there are some parts in Taylor's version that I like. There are a lot of aspects in the original I like, but overall, I think I could listen to both versions. Okay. So now we're listening to The Way I Loved You. And this was one that was immensely popular on the Taylor's version, and I don't know if it was the same. I'm gonna check. Actually, Breathe almost has the same amount of streams as this one. Whereas I feel like on Taylor's version, it's a lot more, there's a bigger gap and discrepancy between the streams. So I'm wondering. And I love this on Taylor's version.
All my single friends are jealous. He says everything I need to hear, and it's like I couldn't ask for anything better. He is, and I feel perfectly fine.
Oh, it's so
but I'm
different.
screaming and fighting and kissing in the rain, and it's 2 a.m. and I'm cursing your name. I'm so in love that you're acting insane, and that's the way I loved you.
Oh,
Breaking down and coming
her voice is more faint, where in the Taylor's version it's a lot more in there.
Just so frustrating, intoxicating, complicated. In love that I acted insane, and that's the way I loved you.
Oh. So for this one, I actually think I prefer Taylor's version. Only because of the vocals, I think. I think that she does a phenomenal job in layering her voice while singing in the Taylor's version, which is just something that I prefer. I did like the little rolls that she did in the bridge, though, on the original. I do like that more than the Taylor's version, if I remember the bridge correctly. Okay, so the next song is Forever and Always. I love the piano version more than the original.
I believe it was a Tuesday when I caught your eye. We caught on to something. I hold on to the
Oh, her voice is so cute, y'all.
loved me. Were you just kidding? 'Cause it seems to me this thing is breaking down. At the phone, you still hasn't called, and then you feel so low you can't feel nothing at all. And you flash back to when he said forever and always. Oh, I need a raise in your bedroom. Everything is wrong.
Oh,
You said forever and always. Was I out of line?
I think it's this. Sorry, I think it's the same thing where I think the vocals on Taylor's version really improved this song.
You said forever and always.
You did,
Mean it,
baby.
I don't think so. Oh,
The guitar. Like, I'm forgetting how much guitar is in this album, and I love it.
so low you can't feel nothing at all. And you flash back to when we said forever and always.
Oh, the rasp.
And it rains and you better look
Oh, this bridge is taking the original.
when you hear and it rains when you're gone. 'Cause I was there when you said forever and always. You didn't mean it, baby. You said forever and always.
Ooh. Oh, the beginning of the rock. The up until the bridge, I think Taylor's version was gonna do it, but I think the bridge really knocked them together. Because that I haven't listened to Taylor's version of Forever and Always in a long time, so maybe it's just recency bias, but that bridge in the original, oof. Okay, so the next song is The Best Day. Truth be told, I know this is a song that gets really famous during Mother's Day. I don't have one of those, if you know. So, I don't particularly listen to this song. But it'll be interesting to see how she sounds being younger and more appreciative.
I'm 5 years old.
Oh, her voice.
I've got my big coat on. I hear your laugh and look up, smiling at you. I run and run. I don't know why all the trees change in the fall. I know you're not scared of anything at all.
Ah. The way she said all. I wish I could say the same, Taylor.
Space taking this chance to say that I had the best day with you today.
Oh. Honestly, it's a song that I am having a very hard time connecting with for personal reasons. And it kind of sucks because I think the song is so cute. And I think for anyone who can relate to it, it's a very beautiful song. For The Best Day, I actually, and this is going to be very interesting, I think I prefer Taylor's version. I think the maturity in her voice actually puts the song at a better narrative, to me personally. And what this means is that change will be the change that one of these three tiers will undergo to be the winner of today's tier list. So let's listen to Change. Let's see which version gets the winner if they both win. Oh, I muted it because of the ads. Oh, that sounds very similar. Oh, her voice sounds so good on this one.
Repeating history and you're getting sick of it. But I believe in whatever you do. And I'll do anything to see lives will change. Can you feel it now? These walls,
Now.
if they
Oh.
try to hold us back, will fall down. This revolution, the time will come for us to finally win.
Oh.
And we sing hallelujah.
Oh, I love how raspy she is in this voice. Like, she is really, again, manifesting this to happen, right? Where in Taylor's version, I think some of that had been lost a little bit.
Tonight we'll stand, get off our knees, fight for what we've worked for all these years. And the battle was long, it's the fight of our lives, but we'll stand up, champions tonight. It was the night things changed.
Oh, the bridge is so conflicting. At this point, up before the bridge, I was leaning towards the original, but now Taylor's version is creeping up on it, y'all.
Because I love the bridge unchanged in Taylor's version.
Revolution! Oh, I'm so conflicted. Okay, so it's time to choose. Genuinely, for 2/3 of the song, I was gonna pick the original. I think her vocals and the intensity of the bridge in Taylor's version brings it to the middle. Like, I am gonna. What an anticlimactic final result, huh? The most uncontroversial result, I suppose. This was all fun and game, by the way, guys. This was just an opportunity for me to listen to young Taylor, something I haven't had a full opportunity to do. And I really loved it. I think actually having Change be the ending to the album is pretty solid. What song is the ending? Is it Bye Bye Bye, Baby, or Don't You? I forget on the Vault tracks. But her voice, the innocence, the cuteness, we don't get to hear a lot of young Taylor with everything that's been happening recently. So the fact that I got to hear that this weekend is very good news. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I've already listened to all Taylor songs, so I don't know what Taylor content I can react to unless TS12 is right around the corner. But yeah, thank you for watching.